Yes guys, and welcome back guys to a brand new video guys on my channel guys. And yes guys, we are going to be talking about Manchester United's last game. We went and played Brighton&HoveAlbion guys at home at Old Trafford guys. We've yet again got beaten. We've got dismantled by Brighton 3-1. Not good enough yet again. Another disappointing result. That's now 3 losses for Manchester United out of the 5 games now, I think it is. Not good enough. What more can I say at the end of the day? We're just all over the place at the minute, but not good enough. Got to sort ourselves out. But anyway guys, we made 3 changes from last game against Arsenal. Talking about start 11, so we started with Onana, Dalot, Lindelof, Martinez, Reguilon, Casemiro, McTominay, Ericsson, Fernandes, Højlund and Rashford. Get into the other reaction now. What a shambles. Defence is all over the place. We're too easy to play against. What a shit show. We got outplayed. All the goals we conceded were avoidable. We made mistakes. It's embarrassing. It's not good enough. The midfield is non-existent. It's disappointing, annoying, frustrating. No backbone. We deserve to lose. We look clueless. We don't know what we're doing. No effort, no fight, no character, no determination, no desire, no commitment. It was a competitive start. United pressing high up the pitch. United bringing the energy, high intensity and high tempo. United having a few chances. United putting the pressure on. Good passages of play by United. The change in formation is frustrating Brighton. United staying narrow so they can't allow wide players come in centrally. United just can't find that end product. Brighton stayed patient. United looked on top in terms of possession and creating chances. Brighton get United on the run of play and score for 1-0. United need to show a reaction and response. Brighton have now took over in the game. United gone off the boil. Brighton have had possession. United just can't get back into the game. United just need possession back and use it. Good play by United. Højlund scores but ruled out. Ball went out of play. Okay, first half. Brighton want to slow down the game. Good start for United and need to be more on the front foot and attacking. Try to stretch them out and be more direct. Brighton want to take more control. Brighton trying to be more consecutive. United leave too much space and Brighton score for 2-0. United need to show more conviction on the ball. Brighton frustrating United. United are struggling. United have gone off the boil yet again. Ten Hag makes substitutions to change the game. United try to do something different. Penalty shout on Rashford. Brighton score for 3-0. Embarrassing. Ten Hag makes more personnel changes, changing formation. United just don't have the answers. Showed a good reaction. Hannibal scores for 3-1. United were too one-dimensional at times. In terms of effort, fight, determination, commitment, it just wasn't there. Players just not playing for the manager. Players are too lazy. United were well beaten by Brighton, were well drilled. I knew what they were doing. We've got to improve massively. Need a reality check. Got to look at ourselves in the mirror. Got to get better, simple as that. Onwards and upwards, it is what it is. We move on. First half, okay. Second half, shocking. Overall, embarrassing performance. Anyway, guys, let's get straight into today's video. What did I make of the performance? I thought it was an awful, shocking, abysmal, disgusting, disappointing and embarrassing performance by Manchester United yet again. To be honest with you, there's only 3 players out there that I can actually say, you know what, they had a decent game, and I think that was Hannibal when he came on, Højlund and Reguilon. I think all 3 of them tried in that game, and the rest were just absolutely abysmal, absolutely into hiding, and could not find anybody else only but them 3 that actually tried and had a go in the game. Abysmal performance by Manchester United overall. I did have my doubts coming into this game. I knew that Brighton were the better footballing team. We had to win this game. We needed to get back to winning ways. That's back-to-back losses now for Manchester United. I think it is anyway, or I think it's 3 losses in a row now. I'm not too sure. We're all over the shop at the minute. We're just not learning at the minute. It's going from bad to worse. We need to sort ourselves out as well, because we just don't know what we're doing at the minute. We look clueless. Brighton were fantastic on Saturday. We got beaten by the better team. They knew what they were doing, Brighton. United, on the other hand, we don't know what we're doing at the moment. We deserve to lose. Yet again, same old expression. It was man v boys. It's disappointing, annoying and frustrating. I'm not going to have a bit of a rant here because I'm just sort of getting used to this now this season, because it's been a poor start for Manchester United and we all can agree to that now. It's going to be a long season ahead for Manchester United if we carry on the way how we're playing at the minute as well. Not good enough. Shit show yet again. We got outplayed. Defence is all over the place. All over the place at the minute. We don't know what we're doing. Look too easy to play against as well. It's embarrassing. There's just no backbone. There's just no spine in this team whatsoever. When we want to be ruthless and be aggressive, players are just too lazy, don't want to track back. We can't do the basic things in football. I think that defending was pub defending as well. All over the place, and we deserved to lose without a doubt. Brighton with a much better team. Hats off to them, they were absolutely brilliant on Saturday. And the unbeaten run at home comes to an end. I think it was about over a year that we made Old Trafford a fortress, but now we need to get back to winning ways at Old Trafford next week, Tuesday. It's not good enough. You've got to be winning your games at home, and Brighton, fantastic team, but you can't be losing your games at home. It's not good enough at the end of the day. Brighton are well organised and well-drilled side, and that's what happens when you get done by teams like that. We've got what we deserved, and we have to take it at the end of the day. But getting into the game now, I thought United had a decent start into the game. I thought we had a good start. We had a change in formation. We've played that formation last season, with obviously Bruno Fernandes out onto the right. To be honest, though, I'm not really a fan of Bruno out on the right, and I just don't think that's his favoured position. But obviously, I think we're trying to play it strategically well, trying to play it tight and tactical in the first half, I thought. But to be honest, I thought we had a good start. We're on the front foot. I thought we created some good chances. In the first 20 minutes, it was working. First 20, 25 minutes, it was working. I think it was good in the first 20, 25 minutes. We're putting the pressure on. There were some good passages of play by United as well. And I thought the change in formation at times was sort of frustrating Brighton. I think they just couldn't get into the game. But then the way how the game was going, you would have thought United would have scored first. And then the way, United was staying narrow, so they couldn't allow the wide players of Brighton to come in centrally. And then, we just couldn't find that end product yet again. And then obviously Brighton, as they always do, they stay patient into the game. That they're still in the game. And then United sort of looked on top in terms of possession and creating chances. But then we just switch off yet again. Brighton get us on the run of play and score for 1-0. All 3 goals were avoidable, to be honest with you. Then we needed to show a response and a reaction. We didn't really... We sort of... I don't think we really got it, to be honest. I mean, we might have controlled the first half, to be honest with you. But, Brighton then sort of took over into the game. United just sort of got off the boil and started to struggle a bit. Brighton had possession. United just couldn't get back into the game. We needed to get possession back and just use it. I thought there was good build-up play by United, and Hove scored, but it was ruled off as the ball went out of play. Correct decision for once as well. And then, I thought it was an okay first half by Manchester United. But then in the second half, Brighton will come into the second half and try and slow down the game. I thought it was yet again another good start for United. We're on the more on the front foot and attacking in the sort of the first 5 or 10 minutes. And then we also wanted to try and stretch them out and be more direct and test the goalkeeper a little bit more. I don't think we tested their goalkeeper enough in the first half. And then I thought Brighton sort of then took more control. They were trying to be more conservative in the game. United leave too much space and Brighton score for 2-0. United need to just show a bit more conviction on the ball. But then Brighton were frustrating United. United were struggling, gone off the boil yet again. Ten Hag makes some substitutions to get a change into the game. United needed to do something different. And then obviously, United, I thought, were sort of okay, tried to get back into the game yet again, but, tried to get on the front foot, but nothing was happening. I thought we were too one-dimensional at times. But there was a penalty shout for Rashford as well. No given penalty. Then it was just going from bad to worse to embarrassing then. And then I think Brighton then scored for 3-0. Just straight down embarrassing, Players strolling around and not trapping back and giving no effort in the team as well. Ten Hag makes more personnel changes. I think too many of those players were just going through the motions. There's a change in formation, 1-3 at the back, and Bruno was playing more as a centre-back, and then he was obviously having to go more into an offensive role to try and get involved and with the build-up play as well for United as well. And then, United just didn't have the answers. We showed a good reaction, a good response, and then Hannibal scores for 3-1 to save the embarrassment. And then I think in terms of effort, fight, determination and commitment, it just wasn't there from the team. And then I just think there's too many players that were not playing for the manager as well. And then I think the players were just too lazy as well. United were well beaten, by the better team in Brighton that were well drilled, and they also knew what they were doing in the game, and it just goes to show that we've got to massively improve. The players need a reality check. They've got to look at themselves in the mirror, which is clearly not good enough at the minute. We've got to get better. Simple as that. And I mean, all the goals were pretty much avoidable. You know, the first goal comes from Reguilon's left hand side. Martinez and Lindelof flail to clear it. That's all they had to do, just clear it. Could have cleared it as a throw-in or a corner. Both fail to clear it, and Welbeck just taps it in. Too easy. 1-0 for them. Second goal, Dalot, McTominay, Casemiro and Lindelof are just ball watching. And then Gross takes the fake shot. And Martinez just gets done and scores for 2-0. Just embarrassing defending. It's pub defending. It's fucking shocking, to be honest. And then the third goal, just too much space for Lamptey to run into. Again, ball watching. And then Pedro scores for 3-0 as well. But yeah, just not good enough. Simple as that. And, the players have got to take a lot of responsibility. Fans might go and have a go at Ten Hag. Yes, you can blame him for some of that game in terms of the team selection and then his changes as well. But at the end of the day, players have got to take their responsibility. They've got to take their accountability in this game as well. But, there was players that I was watching there on Saturday and some of them were not giving it everything. Some of them were too lazy, strolling around, not trapping back, think they're going to get away with it. It's not good enough. And if you think you're not, if you're going to be doing these things for United, you've got to look for a new club, because I'm not wasting my breath with this team, because at the moment we're just not improving. We're going backwards at the minute, and we're not winning games, and it's just going to get worse if we don't get our act together as well. So we need to get our act together, and we need to get better right away. Thick and fast. Overall, we were well beaten yet again. First 20 minutes we played quite well. It looked like we were going to score first, but Brighton controlled, dominated the game, punished United, and in the end we got what we deserved. Definitely, I think Brighton were the better team from start to finish. They knew what they were doing. Well drilled, well organised side. It's frustrating because United have only beat Brighton, I think, 1 or 2 times since De Zerbi's been in charge. We knew that coming into this game, Brighton are a fantastic side. We knew it was going to be tough, it was going to be difficult. I even said in my last video it was going to be a tough afternoon for Manchester United. We knew it was going to be a must-win. We had to try and get the 3 points against Brighton. I knew that Brighton were the better footballing side. You can't be losing your home games. We had to take that defeat, take it on the chin, to be honest. I'm lost for words as well at the same time, because you've got to be beating teams like Brighton, and they're a fantastic side. They're an awkward team to play against, but you have to find ways to win. When you don't play well, even when City don't play well, they always find a way to win. Got to be beating these good teams as well. In Brighton as well, they're a fantastic side. They're well drilled, they're well organised, play fantastic football. They bring that nastiness about themselves as well. They always play on the front foot, proactive, high intensity, high tempo, loads of energy. It's what they do, Brighton. They always break you down, try to tire you out, and then when they see an opportunity, and if you make a mistake, they're going to punish you. They didn't only just punish Manchester United, but well better team. The home team's Manchester United here, and you would have thought Brighton were the home side. Once Brighton sort of got through the first, and they didn't have a good start in the first half, they knew that they had to tweak it, and then that was where their 2 centre-backs got more wider, and which pushed their full-backs to be more as wingers as well. This is it. You have to tweak it sometimes, and that's what they did. They tweaked their formation, got what they deserved, and we got what we deserved. The result says 3-1 to Brighton. We're not good enough. Disappointed, annoying, frustrating. It's just not good enough. Miles off it. Pub defending. All 3 goals are avoidable, and we're just not defending well at the minute. Keep conceding too many goals at the minute. Onana's not getting close to any of these goals as well, to stop them as well from going in the back of the net. The keeper's got to get better. The defence has got to get better as well. Everything needs to get better at this moment in time. Massive improvements need to be made. We need to be made thick and fast at the end of the day. What went wrong? See, this is where it infuriates me, and where I'm going to have my fucking rant now, because I watched that game on Saturday, and there's players there that are not showing the effort. You've got Rashford that goes offensive on the offensive side and tries to get stuck in, but then he's trapping back, but he's jogging back. Fucking run your socks off. If you want to win a game like this, you've got to work hard, you've got to grind, you've got to absolutely give it everything for this club. You've got to give it 110% for this club as well. And there's players out there on that pitch were just not showing that effort. I can only name 3 players that had a decent game in that game, and that was Højlund, Reguilon, and Hannibal. The rest were nowhere to be seen. They went into hiding. They were not good enough in that game. I'm not going to name players and have a go at them and scapegoat them, but there's players out there that are not showing the effort out there on the pitch. I am sick and tired of watching these players week in and week out. They're not showing that effort out on the pitch. And then there's no fight, there's no character, there's no determination, there's no desire, there's no commitment from those players. All those 3 goals, when we concede them, there's just no character, there's just no team spirit, there's just no fight, there's no determination. And when we're trying to avoid these goals, there's no desire from the players to close them down as well. And the players are just not, they're just not in tune, they're just not, don't get it. I think it's just pure fucking laziness from this team at the minute as well. It's pure fucking laziness. It's like, oh, I can't be arsed. If you can't be arsed, get out of this fucking football club. Start fighting for each other. Start getting stuck in. Start showing a bit more nastiness about yourself. Be in the game. But we're just too easy to play against. Run ragged, we're so flat-footed as well. On top of it, you could also say we lack quality as well, and we're not clinical, we don't take our chances. And I think also we've got a problem with this attitude right now in this team as well. There's an attitude problem, we can't track back. What we did against Arsenal, fantastic. We're going to this game against Brighton, and all of a sudden, the players have just flopped. It's like, can't be bothered against Brighton. We've got beaten. We don't want to get back into the game. We'll just take our loss. Get back into the game. You've got to fight. What we did against Forest, we were 2-0 down in about 5-6 minutes. What did we do? We got back to our basics. We got back to our fundamentals. We got back to our rules and principles of how we want to play. And then we built on it. And what did we do? We went on won the game 3-2. But that just didn't show it. We just did not do that. We did not get back to our basics. We didn't show a reaction. We didn't show a response from when we went 1-0, 2-0 down. And then we show that reaction when we go 3-0 down. It's just not good enough. And then the body language. The body language is just all fucking wrong. Not only just in the first half, but the second half as well. It's all wrong. What are you doing? Be ruthless. Get on the front foot. It's just not good enough. It's just all wrong. The body language. And the mentality as well is just all wrong as well. We'll go, oh yeah, it's only Brighton. We'll get away with it. This team is well drilled and well organised, and they'll fucking put you on your arse. If you don't work hard and don't grind hard, run more than ever that you have to do, and defend well as a team, that's what you're going to get. So the mentality's all wrong as well. The mindset's wrong as well. And then Ten Hag, on top of that, Ten Hag has to make mistakes because I think that starting 11 wasn't right as well. I think he pissed about with that starting 11. There's no need to play Bruno out wide. You get into him in his more position, and then you put Pelestri starting. We were terrible out of possession. This was our worst game in this game where we were just absolutely terrible out of possession. We did not know what we were doing. We were absolutely clueless as well out of possession. And then on top of that, players are just not playing for the manager. They just all think they've got to get away with it. This team, these sort of players will put this manager and throw him under the bus. This is what's going to happen. Players do this to every single manager, and they've done it to Ollie already. They've done it to whoever before, and they'll do it again. They'll throw him under the bus, and he'll get the sack. And this is why fans are getting on top of Erik ten Hag, because they think he's not good enough. You got to get him out of the club because we're not getting results. Also down to the players. Players have got to take responsibility for that as well. Manager can take as much responsibility for the tactics and for his substitutions. The players have got to also take it as well. So never mind about this Ten Hag out business. Players have got to sort themselves out as well. How do we turn things round thick and fast? We've got to get a result midweek against Bayern Munich, to be honest. Simple as that. We've got to go into that game. We're low on confidence. At the end of the day, what a better way to sort of like bounce back. We've got to get some sort of a result against Bayern Munich. We just need to get back to our basics, to be honest with you. We need to get back to our basics and just think, look, we're in the Champions League this week. It's a big week for everyone, the club as well especially. What a better way to sort of bounce back. You're away at Bayern Munich. You've got to bounce back and want a better team to do it again. He's got to get a result against Bayern Munich. That's the only way to do it. You bounce back, you show that response, you show a reaction, you want to bounce back, you want to get back to winning ways. And we've got to do that against Bayern Munich on Wednesday night. And then doesn't do that, he's going to be under enormous pressure. Just puts pressure onto all the other games on top of that as well. Got to get a result midweek against Bayern Munich, definitely for sure. Who is my man of the match? I struggle to find one. To be honest, I look at some of those players out there. Can't really look and say he had a good game. I thought Onana was okay. I thought Delot wasn't really that great. Wasn't that effective. Lindelof, terrible. Martinez, terrible. I thought Reguilon had a decent game. Casemiro just was terrible yet again. McTominay was awful. Eriksen, awful. Bruno, awful. Rashford, awful. And Højlund also tried as well. But I thought Reguilon had a decent game. For me, I think it would be Reguilon that would be my man of the match, definitely for sure. How do we beat Burnley? Now, obviously, we've got Burnley in our next fixture on the weekend, on Saturday. Look, at the end of the day, this is a Lancashire derby. Manchester United versus Burnley, away from home at Turf Moor. Bloody Burnley. It's bloody Burnley on Saturday. Coming into this game against bloody Burnley, it's going to be a tough one. Yet again, I think you look at that Burnley team, they're also low on confidence at the minute. This is different. Going to be going to bloody Burnley. It's going to be a tough game to go to. You look at their manager in Vincent Kompany, an ex-Man City player who would love to beat Manchester United this weekend. At the end of the day, this is going to be a must-win for Manchester United. We've got to get the 3 points here. There's no doubt about that. Ten Hag's under massive pressure. He's got to get a result midweek, and then he's also got to try take that momentum into Burnley. If we do win against Bayern Munich, Burnley need to sort of get back to winning ways. Got to get the 3 points here without a doubt. No other choice but to win against Burnley here. So Burnley, I think they're a great team. They had a brilliant season last season, coming up from the Championship, coming back up to the Premiership. Vincent Kompany, brilliant manager as well. He's done a really good job last season, but obviously they've had a bit of a poor start as well, Burnley as well, not the start that they wanted as well. At the end of the day, we're going to be coming to a Burnley side that are going to give it everything in this game. It'll be their FA Cup final. The fans will get right behind them as well. It's not going to be an easy game. I think it's going to be tight and tactical. They're going to try and play it strategically well. Burnley, we need to be at our best. We have to perform well for a full 90 minutes here against Burnley. We have to bring our A game against Burnley. So it's not going to be easy. I think it is going to be difficult in times. I think it's going to be a tough evening for Manchester United yet again. But, you know, you have to beat these sort of teams in Burnley. Your lesser teams, you've got to. You've got no other choice but to at the end of the day. But yeah, I think, you know, Burnley, I think they're defensively vulnerable. They're struggling for form at the minute. They're low on confidence. Burnley will be there. I think they'll be there for the taking as well, Burnley. I think they're struggling to score goals at the moment as well. But they'll be well organised. They'll play with a low block. They'll play. They like to play out from the back. The goalkeeper likes coming off his line. They'll give it everything. It'll be their FA Cup final. The fans will get right behind them. They'll play with energy, high intensity, high tempo. They'll try to be aggressive, try to be rampant, ruthless on the front foot. They'll defend well. They're very physical. They'll make runs in from behind. They'll give it everything that they've got. They'll get in between the lines. They'll cause us problems. They'll like to come forward, take risks, be brave, and play with width. Defend properly, defensively. But what United have got to do, though, we've got to defend properly. Defensively, we've got to be organised. We need to be tight and compact. Defensively, frustrate them. Need to be ruthless. We need to be ruthless, relentless, aggressive, high intensity, high tempo, player of energy. Got to create the chances, take your chances. We've got to be clinical. Get the crosses into the box, drag them out of position. Be brave, take risks. Set pieces could come into play. Need to play with width, get between the lines. Got to close them down, don't let them get back in the game. Don't leave any spaces open. They'll show incredible team spirit, character and fight. We've got to do the basics right. Game management and decision making will be key in a game like this. Got to get tight, don't let them get a shot off, sustain your attacks. Do the basics when you're 50-50s, when you're second balls and when you're duels. Put them on the back foot, keep possession. Fullbacks have got to be effective. Force them to make mistakes, put them under pressure. Don't let the wingers cut back inside. Don't afford to make mistakes. Make the runs in from behind. Don't get pulled out of position. Be explosive and keep Rodriguez quiet. Get into the goals now. First goal, Martinez passes the ball to Hannibal. Hannibal controls it well and scores a great goal for free. One outside the box. Getting into the stats now. Possession for Man United, it was 43.9%. And for Brighton, it was 56.1%. Goals for Man United, it was 1. For Brighton, it was 3. Total shots for Man United, it was 14. And for Brighton, it was 10. Shots on target for Man United, it was 4. And for Brighton, it was 8. Shot accuracy for Man United, it was 28.6%. And for Brighton, it was 80%. Shots inside the box for Man United, it was 8. And for Brighton, it was 7. Shots outside the box for Man United, it was 6. And for Brighton, it was 3. Total passes for Man United, it was 497 passes. For Brighton, it was 661 passes. The pass accuracy for Man United, it was 85.5%. And for Brighton, it was 91.1%. Getting to the substitutions now, Casemiro went off for Hannibal. Talk about Casemiro's performance. Sprayed the odd fine pass, but he also too slow to react at times and he failed to track well back. Højlund went off for Martial. Talking about Rasmus's performance. Thought he had scored, but Rashford had taken the ball over the line, put himself about and could have connected with Rashford's cross at 0-0. Reguilon went off for Garnacho, talking about Sergio's performance. Started superbly, but Brighton exploited his eagerness to go 1-0 up, and Reguilon's rustiness was apparent in the second half. Martinez went off for Wan-Bissaka, talking about Lisandro's performance. Still nowhere near his level of last season, and that may only return when Rafael Varane returns. Fell for Pascal Gross's dummy. McTominay went off for Palestri, talking about Scott's performance. Occupied an undefined role as United effectively played without a right winger. His limitations were obvious and he offered little. Next up, we've got Burnley. Burnley are 19th in the league. Look, at the end of the day, United have got no other choice but to win this game against Burnley. We can't draw and we can't lose this. Massive pressures on Ten Hag to win this game against Burnley. We know that Ten Hag's under pressure this season. At the end of the day, I know fans are going to get on top of him if we don't win a game. We're going away to Burnley here. It's going to be a Lancashire derby. We've got to be up for this against Burnley. It's never easy to go to Turf Moor and to win as well, because Burnley, their fans are going to get right behind them. They're going to give it everything that they've got. Vincent Kompany's going to try and beat Manchester United, being an ex-Man City player as well. Love every single minute if Burnley beat Manchester United. In a game like this against Burnley, we need to bring our A game. We've got to go to Turf Moor, spoil it and ruin the party. We have to perform well for a full 90 minutes as well. We have to go there, play well for a full 90 minutes as well. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a long evening for Man United on Saturday night. So we have to go there with a plan. We have to train well, prepare well for a game like this. We have to go with the right mentality, the right mindset. You know, you've got to be beating teams like Burnley, the lesser teams as well. They're struggling at the minute as well themselves. They're struggling to score goals. You know, they're defensively vulnerable. I think they'll be there for the taking as well on Saturday night as well, Burnley. So we have to get at this team right from the start. I think we have to bring the energy about us. We have to bring the intensity, the high tempo. We need to be ruthless, relentless. You know, we have to sustain our attacks as well. So, yeah, we want to be ruthless as well, but I think it's all down to the start. I think we have to play well from the beginning as well. We want to take control and we want to dominate the game and be conservative ourselves, and we want to go there, spoil the party, ruin the party at Turf Moor as well. It's not easy to go away and win at Turf Moor, so we have to play at our best. We have to bring our A game. We have to perform well for a full 90 minutes as well against Burnley. So it's never easy to go there and win. So we have to play well without a doubt. And I think defensively wise, we need to be tight and compact. We expect injuries to come back as well and help United in this one. We expect Mount, Varane, Mainu, and hopefully Amrabat to come back for this game as well. So, you know, our injuries are slowly but surely coming back now as well. Hopefully those sort of guys will help to turn this team around eventually as well. Going up against Burnley, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. We have to be ready for a game like this against Burnley. Not easy as well. So we have to take the game to them. I think it's all down to who scores first. It's going to be crucial to get the first goal. I think if it goes United's way, we definitely want to take control and dominate the game. And we want to, Ten Hag will definitely want to see United walk away, and you know, definitely what Ten Hag will want to see is the way how he actually plays his style of football, which is proactive, got to play with initiative, and we want to control that game. We want to have loads of possession as well, and if we can do that against Burnley at Turf Moor, a tough place to go to as well, I think that'll be a fantastic result. So it might be a fantastic result for us because we're not playing well at the minute, but we need to get back to winning ways and we have to win this game. We've got to get the 3 points here against Burnley without a doubt. We've got no other option but to win this game. But we have to be at our best from start to finish. We've got to play well, and it's all up here in this game against Burnley. We've got to stay concentrated, stay focused at all times. Don't make stupid mistakes, and don't give away and then it's all about don't concede stupid goals as well at the end of the day. But in a game like this though, we have to play with courage, intent, conviction, and we've got to turn up to this game against Burnley as well. Burnley is scoring 1 goal per game and Burnley is conceding 3 goals per game. Burnley have won 9, drew 1, and they've lost 3. They've lost to Man City 3-0, they've lost to Villa 3-1, and they've lost to Tottenham 5-2. All 3 games have been lost at home so far as well. The players to look out for is Trafford, O'Shea, Taylor, Bayer, Roberts, Vinto, Al Dakhil, Taylor Rocks, Cork, Goodmanson, Brownhill, Redmond, Burge, Dresser, Ramsey, Cullen, Rodriguez, Manuel, Razori, Amadini, Churinilov, and Larson. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.